Hey guys, it's Thermal Grease Monkey here, and I'm back once again with another video. In this video, we're finally going to be testing out my 15-year-old HP Pavilion. A couple weeks ago, about a month ago, I believe, I had a viewer of mine reach out and ask, hey, why don't you try testing like a Core 2 quad system, an older system, and see how it runs at the end of 2025, beginning of 2026. So I personally have an AMD Phenom II X6 1090T build, which has a special place in my heart because it was the PC that really had me start getting into building PCs in the first place. So I decided to put the original specs back into the build to see how it sort of plays and what the usability is like. Kicking things off, I'll go over the specs. An AMD Phenom II X6 1090T, 6-core, 6-thread processor. We had 10 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM clocked at 1333 megahertz. And last but not least, the piece de resistance, our graphics card. The HD 6670 with 1 gigabyte of GDDR3 VRAM. Absolutely blistering speed. For me, it was a big upgrade because I had a Dell Inspiron laptop at the time. So this system to me was a massive upgrade. But I wanted to see, with the original specs in the computer, can we still use it in 2026? Now, to preface it, we are going to be stuck on Windows 10 because the CPU is so old that it doesn't have the instruction sets needed to run some programs and scripts that Windows 11 uses. So we are going to be on Windows 10. You also could have the option of running Bazite or Ubuntu if you see fit. We're going to test 7 games here. Kicking it off, we'll start off with Valheim. With Valheim at 720p, we initially had a little bit of a stuttery mess. Once we ended up turning the in-game resolution down to 50%, it did make things a lot more manageable. And we ended up having to turn it down a little further after that, down to about 35%. It really started to smooth stuff out quite a bit. Albeit the footage might look a little bit rough because our CPU did struggle to record everything on OBS, and our graphics card does not have a video encoder, which does make things a little bit difficult. Moving over to 7 days, this I was expecting to do a lot better of a job. It actually did way worse than even the GT 710 we tested last week did. We ran everything on 7 days at 640 by 480, FSR 3, ultra performance, everything we could, and it was a slideshow. And a lot of this is due to the fact that although yes, the graphics card itself can run it, the drivers are a decade old. The last time the HD 6670 had drivers was 2015. So it made it very difficult. CS2, we ran into this. Our CPU is so old, it doesn't have the instruction sets needed to run CS2, which again means we can't play. So that's another F right there. Dead by Daylight, we ran into a similar problem. Our drivers are so old that it won't run Dead by Daylight. And I used to run Dead by Daylight on this little HD 6670 when I first got it. So it tells you quite a bit that Dead by Daylight has moved along with its engine and its graphics overall. The 5th game I tried to play was Sea of Thieves, and once again, it didn't work. A DirectX 11 feature set, the 10.0 feature set, is required to play Sea of Thieves, and it literally just doesn't have it. The HD 6670 is so old, it doesn't have those features with the card, so we weren't able to launch it. But finally, the 6th game we tested was Skyrim, and it worked. Running it at 720p, low graphics settings, I turned off FXA, gave it its best possible chance to succeed. We were getting a pretty solid frame rate, about 40 to 50 FPS, a little hitching and stuttering here and there, but overall it was a decent experience. It felt very reminiscent to playing on like an Xbox 360. Pretty smooth frame rate, a slight stutter here or there, but a relatively smooth experience, and very similar graphics to playing on like an Xbox 360. So, and wrapping it up, I tested out Terraria. 1080p, turned up all the graphics, and it did a fantastic job. we had a 60 FPS experience, 1080p with everything turned on, and I would hope so. Terraria is an easy game to run, and it's kind of the whole design of the game, is to be able to run on even the most low end of hardware, and it is absolutely able to do that. So I had to give the little HD 6670 its one little win. So kind of wrapping this video up, I just kind of wanted to show what this hardware is capable of. Obviously, we're a little bit limited, you know. CS2 we can't play Dead by Daylight, we can't play Sea of Thieves, we basically can't play 7 Days. So we're stuck with like Valheim, Skyrim, Terraria. But I do know if you add a couple of key upgrades that a system like this can absolutely still be usable. We are limited with the CPU, yes. But if we add a little bit more RAM and a new graphics card, it fixes quite a few of our problems. So next week, I do plan on doing a video kind of covering, if we do a couple of key upgrades, what that looks like going forward. So I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know this was a little bit shorter of a video, but I did want to show that using hardware that is this old, what it looks like. And overall, it's a underwhelming experience. When you're using hardware this old, I mean, this graphics card is 15 years old. It came out in 2011 and it stopped getting driver updates in 2015. So I don't expect a lot of games to be supporting a graphics card that is this old. The CPU is in a little bit better shape, albeit it is a year older. It is nearly 16 years old. And although it can't play some of the newest games because it is actually just missing instruction sets, it is still capable of running stuff. Like I said before in the video, if you're okay with running on Windows 10, you have your own security for it, you enroll for the extended program, or you're gonna run on Ubuntu or Bazite, whatever it might be, something like a 4 or 6 core Phenom processor, those later DDR3 models, or maybe an Intel Core 2 Quad, they all perform roughly the same. These are still capable, and I feel as though they're a good option if you need just a simple office computer to do a little bit of light gaming too. You're checking emails, typing up Word documents, but you also do a little bit of light gaming on the side. I think it's still a decent option. I've seen these go for under 50 bucks. Sometimes people are just getting rid of them and just wanting something for free. They still use the standard power supply, the standard ATX power supply, so you could get an aftermarket new power supply, put it in a case like that, plug everything in, you'd be good to go. You could get an older but more powerful graphics card that could fit with the system, and finding something that makes sense. There's a lot of room to still work with these systems, albeit a little bit of patience. And please get an SSD for it. It's gonna have to be a SATA SSD, but get an SSD for it. It makes a night and day difference, and the usability of these things becomes a lot better once you throw an SSD on it. So I do hope you guys enjoyed, and I do plan on next week having a video ready for you guys, testing out some of this newer hardware that we could throw in for a very reasonable price and getting a much better experience. So if you guys enjoyed, please hit a like on the video. If you didn't, feel free to hit the dislike button. Totally understand. If you guys are enjoying my content or are wanting to see some of these next episodes coming up, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so you guys are getting notifications for when the videos are going up. And if you guys can leave some more comments, these next couple of videos are from you guys leaving comments on the videos asking for stuff like this. So please leave a comment or any suggestions you have for me. I read all of them, and I look forward to hearing back from you guys. All right. Later, guys. Have a great rest of your week.